All right, here we go, fam. We're going to start off on your back. If you have a mat, you can be on your back on the mat. We're going to start with an alternating dumbbell press. So both dumbbells start up in the air, and then one comes down. As soon as it meets the other, then the other one drops and raises. So we're going to get 8 per side on these, or 16 total. Make sure that your shoulder stays away from the ear, and that you're really squeezing the shoulder blades together to keep the chest lifted throughout this whole movement. Now, if you don't have dumbbells, I'm going to give you a band option. So if you have a band, you're going to tie it to something that's about chest height. Door handle is great. And then you're going to do the same movement back and forth, always keeping one arm and forward. So again, alternating 8 per side, 16 total. If you did the dumbbell version, you're just resting right now. And then we're going to start a second set of the same movement, or I'll give you another option as well. So you can either do the same thing you just did and start it over again, or if you have any shoulder problems and you want to use dumbbells, you're going to hold the dumbbells together in a crush press, bring them right down to the chest and press back up. So this is a shoulder-friendly version. And again, you're going to get 12 total if we're doing both sides at once. And another option is going to be a push-up if you don't have any weights or bands. It's still going to work your chest, triceps, and shoulders. And here's a knee version. So again, you're going to get 12 repetitions on a push-up, making sure the chest stays lifted, shoulders back, and you're maintaining that plank position. Now here's an option if you have dumbbells, but you have wrist issues. This can really help, or if you just want to make it a little bit tougher, because you can get a little bit lower or more of a stretch in the chest, but just be careful. Again, get about 10 to 12 or as many as you can of those, and then rest. So we're going to move on to a different body part, and a lot of these we're going to throw in some cardio moves in between. So next we're going to stand up. If you have a set of lighter dumbbells, we're going to start with a tricep extension. So grab your light dumbbells, and we're going to do 12 repetitions on this dumbbell extension. So make sure your back stays nice and flat, and you're really feeling that squeeze at the back. So the shoulders need to stay back, good posture. And then squeeze the back of that arm each time for that tricep. And a lot of these I may be getting more than 12 repetitions in the video, but just to give you some extra time to set up. Got a couple more here. Perfect. Quick break. You're going to go back to the floor. Now you can either do the same movement that you just did on the dumbbell tricep extension, or if you have a floor that you would like to use to do a skull crusher variation, this is another great tricep movement you can do. If you have a heavier weight or 2 light dumbbells, you would just hold those 2 5-pound dumbbells and do this same movement. Making sure that the shoulder to elbow stays still and that we're bringing that weight hinging at the elbow down to the forehead and then straight back up. Really squeeze the back of that arm at the top. So this will get a different area of the tricep. So if you can do both versions, great. Again, we're getting about 12 repetitions on this. Perfect. Next, we're going to come up to standing. So you don't need any weights for this next part. We're just going to do a body weight squat. And this is just going to get the heart rate up. If you can do what we call a gate swing squat or a touchdown squat, I'm going to have you do this. So it's a hop in and sink down at the bottom on the outside. or just stick to that body weight squat. The idea is just to get moving and get your heart rate elevated. Wonderful. And all of those are just going to last about 10 to 20 seconds. Next, you're going to grab one dumbbell if you have a heavier one. And I'll also show you a band version of this. So this one, you're going to get 8 to 12 repetitions on each side, depending on how heavy a weight you're using. Again, making sure the shoulder draws back first, squeezing behind that shoulder blade, and then the elbow lifts. Dumbbell comes right into the hip. So once you've got about 12 of those, you can change sides. If you don't have a dumbbell and you just have a band in your door, you're going to do 2 arm row for, again, about 12 repetitions. Make sure you've got a lot of tension in there. Draw the shoulder blades back and squeeze through the upper back. 12 reps on this, guys. You can also do a high row. So notice I just flip the hands so that the knuckles face up to the ceiling. A little bit wider, a little bit more of your upper back. And if you have a dumbbell, you're going to go back to this dumbbell version. So again, we're shooting to get 2 sets of 12. Either 1 on each side or 2 using the band. So 2 sets of 12 using the band, or 12 on each side using a dumbbell. And you can always adjust the reps as needed depending on what kind of weight you have. Great job. All right, moving on, you're going to grab 2 lighter sets of dumbbells if you have it. So I have a couple of 5s on hand. I'm going to curl it and then I'm going to press. And I like to add that rotation. It's great for the shoulder rotator cuff. You can also do it without the rotation, and I'll show you that in a moment. We're getting 12 reps of this one. And I'll show you an option for the bands as well. And if that twist is messing you up at all, just go with this hammer grip version. So you're going to keep the dumbbells going in one direction, curl it and press it. If you have any shoulder problems, don't do the press, just do the curl. A lot of options for this one. Last one here. And then I'm going to show you a band version. If you don't have a band, go ahead and just do the same movement that we just did, that curl to press again for 12 reps. If you have a band, you're going to do a band curl. So we're keeping the elbows lifted. Elbows should be about at shoulder height. And then the hands are going to pull right to the eyes, really squeezing the front of that arm, the bicep. So again, get about 12 repetitions of that one. If you need to pause for a little break, do so. We're just going to go straight into either high knees, a body weight jog, or a side tap step, maybe with a curl. Again, this is all just cardio movements to get your heart rate up. If you can get down into a mountain climber position, we can do mountain climbers. Anything just to keep moving for 30 seconds. If you have a stairs, you can go ahead and do a step up on the stairs. Or like I said, just jog in place. Just keep it moving. A few more seconds here. Then we're going to come back up and grab your set of dumbbells if you have them. Lightweight set of dumbbells. If you don't have dumbbells, go ahead and use a couple water bottles or cans of soup. We're going to a lateral raise. If this is pretty easy, you can try this single-legged to work the balance a little bit more, or just keep that toe down and keep most of the weight in one side. We're getting 12 total on the lateral raise, and make sure the pinkies are leading this movement. The whole arm moves. We're going to do that same thing again. Quick break and going right back to lateral raises. 2 sets of everything today, back to back. Last set of 12 on these. Make sure we're not shrugging the shoulders. Keep the arms long. Perfect. All right. Now if you can, we'll go back to the beginning to the floor press. So we're starting all of that series over again. starting with an alternating dumbbell press. And now you know your options. So if you have the band, go ahead and start with the band movement. Same thing, alternating press on this one. And you'll have plenty of time because I'll show you the options to get set up. So again, 8 per side if we're doing the alternating. If you're doing the version of the crush press where you're holding the dumbbells together, that one you're going to do 12 reps of. So everything's either 16 or 12. Last couple on these alternating press. If you're doing the band, go ahead and start the band press. 8 each side. If you've got dumbbells, you can move straight into your second set of dumbbell press once you've rested a moment. Again, doing all of these 2 times through. And 2 rounds of it too. So that means we're getting 4 sets of each movement. And again, if you've got dumbbells and you have any shoulder problems, or if you just want to work the shoulder and tricep a little bit more, you can try this crush press for 12 reps. If you've got your band, you're just starting over using the band press again. You also have your push-up option. And if you want to add in these push-ups, even if you already did the bands or dumbbells, please do. Otherwise, you're resting and getting prepared for our next set, which is the standing tricep extension. So if you're waiting, go ahead and grab a set of lighter dumbbells. Last couple push-ups here. Grab some water, and we're going to move right into the tricep extension next. So again, bend forward, get the back nice and flat, almost parallel to the floor. Bring those weights up. This looks just like a bicep curl, but we're really squeezing at the back or the bottom of the movement instead. So squeeze that tricep to bring it up, pinkies up towards the ceiling. 12 reps of this one. Once you've gotten your 12 or more reps, you can take a quick break. Or if you have the floor option, we can go ahead and go down to the floor and prepare for the skull crusher variation. Or if you prefer to stay standing, and you'll just repeat that tricep extension standing up again. So here we go on the floor, 1 or 2 dumbbells, depending on the weight. Drop them to the forehead, big squeeze up. So again, if you're standing, you're doing that same dumbbell tricep extension that we just did, 2 sets. Most of you are probably getting a lot of walking in, which is great. But we'll have a good glute workout posted later today too. And that will help kind of combat all of that walking from getting your hips too tight. So next we're going right into body weight squats or gate swing jump squats. Touch down, switch feet. Again, you can do jumping jacks or side step jacks. Walk up and down the stairs 1 lap. Anything to get that heart rate up. Perfect. Next, we're going to a row, so you can grab your dumbbell if you have it. A little bit heavier is good. 8 to 12 pounds. And we're keeping the same leg back as the arm that we're using to row. So it keeps that leg out of the way. If you wanted, you could keep your opposite arm on a chair with that forward foot. If you weren't comfortable holding just onto the knee, or if this bothers your back at all. 12 reps on each side of these. Keep the core nice and tight. Again, if you have a band, this is the version we're going to do. Twice through, 12 reps each. Or you can change sides if you have the dumbbell and just go right into the opposite side for the dumbbell row. Take your time with these. Make sure the core stays tight. Really feel the muscles we're trying to work. For this one, behind the shoulder blade and down the side of your back. "12 reps left in this one. Last couple, and then we'll get a short break. And next we're going to move into our curls. So either grab your band if you're doing the band curls, or 2 dumbbells, lighter ones. And we're going curl to press, or just do that band curl. And I'll show you it again if you forgot in a minute. And remember your options. You can keep these dumbbells neutral, so without the twist, just always keeping them straight up and down like so. And you can always take out that overhead press and just get a few more reps on the curl, which is just this. Perfect. Last couple here. Great. And I'll show you the band version. If you're not using the band, go ahead and start the same set with dumbbells over again. Keeping that elbow lifted, shoulders back, good posture, soft knees, curling right to the forehead or the eye level. 12 reps on this one. Then we're going right into our cardio movement. So either jog in place, a step up and down stairs, side to side, or mountain climber. So if you've got mountain climber, go ahead and do that now. "10 to 20 seconds of this cardio burst. Keep it up, last few. Great work. Next, we're moving to lateral raises, so 2 lighter dumbbells, or water bottles, or cans of soup, or whatever you've got. Again, if you want to try this on one leg, start from the beginning on one leg. 6 on each leg is what you would do, or 12 total on 2 legs. Wonderful. Rest a second, then we're going to start it over again. Same thing, lateral raises, either on 2 feet, or go ahead and try to lift that leg up. Maybe just keep the toe down on one side. And you can do this seated as well if you need a break. 12 reps on that one. Wonderful. Moving on to our cardio move. And this is our last set. We're going to do one last cardio burst, and I'll show you a few different options. You've got jumping jacks. You can do these side step jacks as well. So you do the same thing, but no jump. You've got seal jacks you can do. I'm going to show you some skaters. You've seen these and know these well. You can jog in place. You can run up and down the stairs one time. You can go up and down one step at the bottom of the stairs. Lots of options. Just keep it moving. Last 3, 2, 1. Perfect. Rest a second. We're going right back to one more cardio burst. Now, if you've got burpees in you, this is where you would do these. And you can do these on an elevated surface too. You can do these off of a chair without the push-up or with the push-up. So just modify it for your level. If you need help modifying, you can always let me know. We've got squat jumps you can do. You can do body weight squats. You can do plank jacks. These are a fun one. If you haven't tried them before, give it a shot. And I'll also do snow angels, which a lot of you have done with me. One side goes out at a time, tapping. Great job, guys. Thank you so much. Thank you guys again. You have no idea how much I miss you all, and I hope soon this thing will end so that I can see you all again and we can continue where we left off. And hopefully you're still making good progress during this time and staying active. Peace out.